deserve more grace.
Or
So hold on, but let me say this too, right? Because I feel like that can kind of handicap people too. Like you can't just jump into something and not do it in excellence. And I think that's our problem too. Like you got to put forth something that's excellent. You keep giving people grace for everything, they're always going to put out a bad product. You know what I'm saying? And so I think we always are looking for like grace and help here and yeah, give me a break, give me a break. But it's like whatever happened to us doing things in excellence, yo. So I'm not saying abort them if they mess up, but when I come to you and I hold you accountable, you at least need to be able to eat what I'm telling you. You know what I'm
I
saying?
understand that, A,
So
but
it looks different.
I understand that. But when you go to these other establishments that are run by other coaches, are you spewing the same thing that you spewing towards your own people?
Absolutely.
Really?
It's absolutely it stays the same. So when I first was talking, I was talking from in terms of me being an employee, right? So with my jobs, when I work for whether it's nonprofit or my jobs that are majority been ran by white people, I've never had to worry about being paid on time. Like you see what I'm saying? I never had to worry about me reaching out to somebody following up with me. I've never had to worry about those things that I have to worry about when I have been employed by other black people. So why should I give you grace for not operating in excellence with that? Like there's really no excuse for that. In terms of things like that. Like if you're gonna do something, do it with excellence. If you're not ready, then don't jump all the way out there. And I feel like if we keep that standard, then we will do better. I'm not saying write them off for forever, but if I'm honest, and in terms of me being an employee, I don't think I will ever work for another black person again.
Wow.
Yo, let me drop a gem on you real quick, Adrian.
yeah, and then
I'm hoping it was good, brother.
I want to get Alex in after. Go ahead, Bob. Go ahead, Bob, and I'm gonna get Alex after.
Oh, I'm gonna make this quick.
No, you ain't.
Y'all know, everybody know what 7-Eleven is, right?
Yeah.
All right. So one day I asked this one employee that worked at a 7-Eleven around my way, Indian dude. I'm like, yo, how you guys get a 7-Eleven? He said, Joe, to tell you the truth, it's all handed to us, it's given to us. So PK, I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, well, in our country, let's say we know somebody that's in the United States that have a 7-Eleven, right? If I come and say, listen, I'm gonna move to the United States, I wanna start a business, I wanna get a 7-Eleven too. They save money and they set aside to give it to another person of their nationality so they can start their own 7-Elevens. And when they start theirs, it's like they gotta pass it along. They gotta, you know what I'm saying? They gotta what do you call that? They gotta return the favor per se. And you can't say no. I said, what do you mean you can't say no? They said if you say no, you're gonna get penalized by their culture. So when you start your own 7-Eleven, they what I was told is you have to start saving money from your own business. So when somebody else says, listen, I want to come to the country and start a 7-Eleven myself, you got to give them like that loan so they're not starting off in debt so they can have their own 7-Eleven. See, that's what I was talking about earlier, where certain people are brought up into, you know what I'm saying, into these businesses where, you know, somebody's throwing them a bone. You know what I'm saying? We don't get that. Imagine somebody throwing you $500,000, to start a business just out of nowhere because their culture says you have to. That's crazy. And I wouldn't have known that unless I asked the question.
Right.
You know what I'm
so
saying?
I got one sentence, Hamp, and then I'm done. Right. So, but that's two different things, right? Versus having it to start it versus then running one with decency and order to how you are selling that product or how you are dealing with people. And then when you make the mistake, you make it right.
Yeah,
You
but
see
you
what
know
I'm
what?
saying? That's
Though,
the piece I'm talking about.
You know what though, Adrian? If I go to 7-Eleven, right, and the price for a honey bun is 50 cents, and a block over, a honey bun is $1.50. You think I'm gonna bitch? No,
Not
we're
so.
not, Adrian. We not.
Right,
We
but
still gonna pay that
right,
$1.50.
but hear me though, Bub. I'm not saying I wouldn't support. My thing was in terms of me working for. I'm not saying I'm gonna support black businesses, period, when I can. I'm just never working for another black-owned company unless it's my own. You know
See, I
what I'm
wouldn't
saying?
say that publicly though.
Huh?
It was that's something I would keep behind closed doors. I would never say
Why?
that because it's us, Adrian. It's us. We already got enough we dealing with. Why we gonna put that out
Yo,
publicly?
that I'm never working for another black person again.
Yes.
Really, I really so okay. I hear you. I hear you. I don't plan on ever working for nobody else once I leave this job. But I'm just not
Say
going to
that
another
then.
black-owned
Say that.
company though, too. But I'm not going to another black-owned company, and it's based off of my own anecdotal experiences, right? Like I said, I've only worked for 4 or 5. Could there be some that are a lot better? Maybe if it was a huge one, maybe a bigger one. You got multiple locations, so you probably got certain systems in place for it to be more organized. But for some of the smaller locations that I have worked for, now I will work with. You can contract me. I'll partner with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I do staff development and things like that. So I'll partner with you and work with you to help you build something. But I'm not working for you. I'm just not doing it.
You ever heard a Caucasian say that before?
I don't care what they say. What they got to do with me?
You ever heard an Asian say that before?
What does that have to do with me?
Come on, Adrian.
Bro, you're wild.
You know what I'm talking about. You're a therapist. You
I
smart.
can't.
You smart,
Nah,
Adrian.
bud. It don't matter. Quality matters. But again, you got to listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm basing it off of my own limited experience.
Yo,
So I'm
that's
not
why we
saying this
always
should
gonna be
apply for
divided, Adrian.
everybody else. But what I'm really saying and what I really hope people listening to me is just because you black, get your shit together, yo. Be organized. Don't make excuses for certain things and look for it, because if you look for it, you're not going to be successful. We technically got to be better than everybody else if we want to succeed. That's the truth.
Say that shit behind closed doors, though. Yoke your homie up and be like, yo, what the fuck you doing? You slipping. The fucking eggs was fucking halfway cooked. Get it together. Don't do it publicly, though.
But we the only ones watching this show. You think there's a bunch of white people watching this? This closed doors for real.
No.
It's us. Ain't no white people saying like, oh, let me watch. This might be risky.
You never know.
You know what I'm saying?
Family is watching right now.
We talking about in general. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We here, bud. We here. All right, go to somebody else here.
Alex is doing a lot of nodding when you was talking. Hey, that's why I wanted to get her in. What you think, Alex?
Well, Adrian, that was the longest sentence I've ever heard, but I got it. I do agree with Bub in saying that we don't have a lot of things aren't passed down to us. A lot of things we have to figure out on our own. However, for me personally, am I giving black businesses more grace? No, I'm not. I definitely feel that I'm always going to want to support black people and local businesses. However, as a black person, I am fully aware that we cannot slack like the other people do. We are not a lot of that luxury to not come to the table with our stuff all the way together. Now, are there some things and nuances that happen when businesses are first starting? Absolutely. But I want to also be able to be given the space that if you are a business owner, I come in and like say, hey, X, Y, and Z is going on, that you are not then going to, well, F it, you don't have to come support my business and blah, blah, blah. Customer service is key for me through and through. I don't care what your background is. I think with the pandemic, people wanted to support black businesses just because it was the trendy thing to do, right? Am I going to turn away from every time a black business doesn't do me wrong, doesn't do me right? No. But I do think as black people, we can't afford to slip. We can't afford to not have our businesses all the way together to half prepare our food, and we can't do that because there are so many other strikes against us. We always have to be better than them. So do I think black businesses should be given more grace? No. And the other reason I don't think they should be is that we want to be in competition and we want to be viewed and seen as the same level as white businesses or Asian owned businesses. We have to step it up. We don't give them grace, or at least I don't. Let me say that I don't give them grace.